So good evening and good morning wherever you are in the art world. Today, the Art Talks are delighted to have Philipp Brogli, Aniko Koltai, and Simon Berger to the Art Talks. Thank you. Thank you for being here tonight.
Thank you for having us. Thank you.
Thank you, Carolina, for the invitation.
It's a great pleasure. As I said, Philipp, we met, and Simon, we actually met last week with Aniko at the Porsche event where Simon was revealing one amazing work of art. And I was so impressed that I said, please, I really would love to have you with us. And thank you. It's really a pleasure and an honor to have you on the Art Talk magazine. So Philipp, first of all, you are the founder, one of the founders of Arts Tubli. And can you tell us what inspired you to create Arts Tubli?
Arts Tubli was founded with the name in 2005 as a platform and network for urban art, focused on graffiti and street art culture. At that time, this art movement was just emerging in Switzerland and people paid attention. The whole thing came from a passion. Exhibitions were created in alternative locations in Basel. Until I found the right place for the 100 square meter gallery in the round buildings of the Market Hall in 2014. Since then, 4 to 5 exhibitions a year have been curated and organized with a broad focus on artists, also on contemporary art, always with reference to art on public space. Since 2022, we have placed more focus on the installation of the whole space, where artworks merge with each other, offered to the visitor and collector more an experience than in a normal classical gallery. I think this is the right progression for us.
Yes, and indeed, I was amazed when I saw what you do, your program. So you called Art U, which is the start, as you said, of this new exhibition, a concert. But this is something very, very unique, I think. You bring art, culinary, and entertainment. So this is amazing. But can you give us an example of one of your last exhibition with these 3 ingredients?
Yeah, we start this in 2022. At the moment, we have an installation here from Mark Jenkins with 6 hyper-realistic, almost lifelike sculpture by the artist from Washington as a loan from the Zone Contemporain in Bern, which get a lot of attention through the gallery windows that we have here, and passers-by are so happy to come in. The exhibition is also open during Art Week from Wednesday to Sunday here at Stein Torberg 28. And because we start with Simon, the first installation were from Simon Berger previously installed a full glass installation that covered the entire floor and mirrored the space and visitors. In addition, he set up the new experience with mirror fragments and reflection here for the first time. The visitor also created an interactive picture by breaking the glass using its own white. Such installations then last around 3 to 4 months and are accompanied by dance performance and culinary events, which in this room, transformation had the theme of glass and reflection. This is how we open the gallery to other art circles and create an extended network in Basel.
Must be really impressive to see all of this. So we can't wait to be there next couple of days, Philipp. But for this year's Volt Art Fair, you chose Eddie Hara and Simon Berger. Can you tell me why and what was your, the idea of combining these 2 artists?
Simon's career actually started here in the gallery with the face on the window pane. He made this in 2019, which automatically went viral and made his glassworks known around the world. Since then, there has been a close connections. A milestone was also the face of Kamala Harris, which I coordinate with him and which was exhibited at Lincoln Memorial. Other joint projects followed, and so when Art Basel is on, I always make sure that Simon is represented at Volta, if possible, because many collectors ask about him, and there is a great interest in these unique artworks from him. And the other artist, as a contrast to the glassworks, I choose Eddie Hara, who has been in the gallery program since 2018 and has attracted attention in Basel and the rest of the world with his own painting style. He has been living here for more than 20 years and is originally from Indonesia. His painting is inspired by children's art, street art, comics, and music subcultures. There will be a separate catalog for the Volta Fair with new artworks from Eddie and Simon. Collectors who are interested are welcome to contact me and look to the artist works and artstübli.ch, or just visit us live at the fair, booth C1, from June 12th to 18th.
So it's really a combination of local, but also very international. And also, you know, to highlight Basel vibes, which is becoming so global and international. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. As I said, you know, Aniko, the first time told me about Simon, and I, you know, and indeed, it is extraordinary what he does, Simon. And I'm so honored, you know, to have met you, Simon. Simon in German. I'm pronouncing it in the American way. So sorry, Simon. Simon, now, thank you, Philipp. Thank you so much. We are coming back to you again, but I would like to ask Simon, especially about that you experience so many materials prior to settling on glass. What material did you work with, and why you chose to settle on glass?
Also ich habe natürlich mit anderen Materialien gearbeitet zuerst. Angefangen habe ich mit Spraydosen und nachher habe ich mich verändert, habe ich mit Holz gearbeitet, auch Porträts gemacht. Und nachher habe ich angefangen mit allen Materialien, die mir irgendwie in die Finger kommen. Willst du mal übersetzen, Aniko?
Yeah. I'm going to translate all the answers of Simon. So yes, he worked with other materials. He started with spraying, and then he worked with wood. He started creating portraits already in wood. And then he actually tried all kinds of materials, whatever just came by.
Ja, und ich mache das auch heute noch mit verschiedensten Materialien. Einfach jetzt nicht gerade unbedingt, einfach mehr so experimentell. Zum Beispiel gestern habe ich betoniert.
That he still keeps experimenting with different materials. So yesterday he was using beton. I think it's also in English it's beton, yes. So let's hear what he created from beton. Was hast du mit Beton gemacht?
Ja, haben wir auch Formenbau gemacht, eigentlich. Auch so Würfel wie im Hintergrund.
So he created different forms like cubes like in the background.
Genau. Und genau, eines Tages, ich bin dann einfach sehr unzufrieden gewesen, gerade mit dem mäßigen Erfolg von meiner Arbeit. Da habe ich wirklich so einfach wirklich mehr Zeit genommen, studiert, was ich noch machen könnte. Und dann ist mir die Idee gekommen mit dem Glas. habe dann nicht gewusst, ob es funktioniert, habe es einfach mal ausprobiert und voilà, es hat dann sehr schnell angefangen zu funktionieren. Und voilà, das hat nachher auch sehr viele Türen geöffnet und die jetzt wegen dem Glas auf mich sind aufmerksam geworden, die wollen natürlich jetzt das Glas und ich bin sehr in Liebe mit dem Glas, weil ich finde es jetzt auch es ist sehr zeitlos, es ist ein natürliches Material, es ist auch architektonisch auch sehr gut einsetzbar und das ist etwas, was mich auch sehr interessiert.
So he was not very happy how far he came with all the materials he used before. And that's why once he took more time to think about it, which material to use, and this is how he ended up with glass. And he wasn't sure if it was going to work, but at the end it did work and it opened many doors for him. And he's actually in love with glass. And also because it's a timeless material. It's also very it's from nature, so it's a very natural material, and it's also very architectural material, which is very important also for Simon.
Und zudem ist es zeitlos, finde ich. Und durch Transparenz und Zerbrechlichkeit ist es halt schon auch ein bisschen einzigartig, kann man sagen.
So the transparency of the material and the fragility of the material is very unique.
Genau, und zeitlose gefällt mir halt auch.
Yeah, it's very timeless.
Yes, and to this point, Simon, because glass obviously is very fragile, as you said. Have you ever had works of art shatter on you before you could finish them?
Yeah, for sure. Also ich habe hier vor Ort vor dem Atelier ist eine Mulde, 1 Kubikmeter Mulde, und die wird etwa alle 2 Monate ist die voll und wird austauscht gegen eine leere.
Okay, so in front of his studio, there is like a huge mold where he's collecting all the shattered glasses. It's 1 cubic meter, so there is lots of material which kind of gets shattered.
But Simon, working also with glass, as you know, as you were mentioning, is very slow and meticulous. Is there a meditative element to this process? What do you think when you create?
Ich liebe eigentlich die Ruhe, wenn ich arbeite. Ich habe jetzt zwar gerade eine neue Soundanlage organisiert, aber in aller Regel, wenn ich arbeite, bin ich einfach so voll dabei und dann brauche ich vollste Konzentration und dann jedes Geräusch stört mich. Und dann wirklich das tue ich einfach in Ruhe tue ich eigentlich am liebsten arbeiten. Also es ist wirklich ein meditatives Element, oder? Ich bin einfach dort für mich in meinem Film und ja, was denke ich denn? Ich bin einfach sehr auf das Werk fokussiert, in der Hoffnung, dass es ein neues Meisterwerk wird.
So he loves when it's quiet. He needs the quietness and he needs a full concentration. So he's disturbed by all small noises. And yes, it definitely has a meditative element when he's working. He said like he's like fully in his own movie when he's working, obviously, so fully focused on working.
Thank you, Simon. But Philipp, to this, what impressed you to choose Simon to represent your gallery? Where did you meet, both of you?
Ja, ich sage das gerade mal aus meiner Sicht noch. Soll ich übersetzen, was ihr wollt? Ich habe mit einem Kollegen zusammen also eine Gemeinschaftsausstellung gemacht und dann noch mit all den möglichen Materialien. Und der Kollege, der ist eigentlich schon wirklich im Visier vom Philipp. Der Philipp hat mal etwas mit ihm machen. Und eigentlich so anstandshalber habe ich dann auch mitmachen. Und keiner von uns hat gedacht, was das mit dem Glas effektiv für Kreise zieht. Also eigentlich hat er im Artstübli bei dieser Ausstellung, wo ich wie zufällig fast ein bisschen reingerutscht bin oder einfach so fast aus Anstand hat er mich auch noch ausgestellt, weil wir mit diesem Zusammenhang eine Ausstellung gemacht haben. Und keiner von uns hat gedacht, was da alles passiert, weil wirklich dort alles angefangen. Und voilà, das ist meine Sicht. Philipp, du kannst natürlich, oder Aniko kannst du mal übersetzen, oder Philipp, du kannst deine Sicht noch sagen.
Yeah, so it was an exhibition which he did with a friend who was already working with Philip. So basically, Simon was on the side exhibiting. So from his perspective, this is how he explained that they were working with all different materials in this exhibition, and this glass window, what previously Philip mentioned. They didn't know how successful it's going to be. So this was basically really just, in a way, a coincidence, because they couldn't expect that it was going to be such a success. So Philipp, if you want to explain from your side how you remember.
Yeah, I think we met, Simon and I met for the first time in November 2018, when Simon had an exhibition together with Pam Crash, Pierre-Alain Münger, in a small church in Herkingen. That's when I saw the little glass faces for the first time. And it was clear to me that it should be promoted and that the focus should be on this material. So I invite them together for the exhibition who calls Defect in 2019. And it was the first bigger exhibition here in Basel with Simon. And he made also this big glass window who goes around the world, who goes viral. And today we can say 5 years back, we can say 4 or 5 years back, Simon invented a new technique in art. And this is my opinion, that he creates, through the destruction, he creates emotions and beauty on glass.
Beautiful, beautiful. And it is, we have on my back, Simon, these are 4 portraits. Can you tell us the story a bit of what I choose some of the works, not for Volta that you're going to have, but can you tell me a bit more about what I see on my background?
Dort sehen wir, der Philipp liest immer eigentlich Bilder so aus, das ist eine Ausstellung von Philipp, liest immer Bilder so aus, dass wirklich von jedem Typ, von jeder Pose ein bisschen etwas hat, und das ist einfach so ein bunter Mix, aber sicher, es sind sehr, sehr schöne Gesichter mit typischen Merkmalen, schöne grosse Augen, volle Lippen, und voilà, das verkörpert wirklich genau das, was Philipp vorher gesagt hat, durch Zerstörung Schönheit erschaffen und zu transportieren.
Mm-hmm. So those artworks behind you, it's from an exhibition at Art Stübli. And so these specific artworks were selected by Philipp. And yeah, so it's exactly what Philipp said before, that with destruction, Simon is creating actually a beauty. And these are all faces of beautiful women with big eyes and full lips, and it's like yeah, the beauty of women. Yeah,
beautiful. It's as you said, destruction brings life back. So it's a really beautiful. No, it's a very philosophical. We can have an entire talk with this, Simon. But I can't wait. So can you tell us before we go, Philipp and Simon, would you have any art projects that you're going to organize in the next few months? together or apart?
Yes.
Jawohl, Philipp, ich lasse dich da gerade erzählen, gell? Du weißt wieder besser, wie denkt.
New projects are always under discussion. What we are currently planning is looking to plan a large public glass facade in Basel.
Oh, wow.
But there is under construction, under planning, and this that can say at the moment about the next project.
Okay.
So Simon has otherwise a couple of museum exhibitions coming up. So there will be in Corsica, La Villa Calvi at the end of June opening. And there will be in Museo San Sepolcro in Italy, also an exhibition in July. And in October in Museo Treviso. So there are actually many projects. We are also
there are United States, Austin, Solo. Yes, also calendar is full, and already for the 24 there are a lot of projects. Yes, and kann man noch immer noch zwischen kommt immer noch schnell so ein Schnellschuss und voilà, es sind schon ein paar Sachen gemacht, die erst publiziert werden und natürlich auch noch geheim sind, aber es ist wirklich, läuft vieles.
Yes, there are really many projects for Simon. His calendar is really full with projects, exhibitions, and so on. Yes.
So lots of therapeutical distraction of glasses to create beautiful, beautiful work of art. And we saw it also in the background of Aniko. But Aniko,
yeah, that's what I wanted to just quickly mention.
Yes.
So the background behind me is actually in the museum in Murano, Venice.
Yes.
Museo del Vetro. So that was the exhibition which took place this year. So it just closed a few weeks ago.
Fantastic.
Which was an amazing exhibition.
But it's still possible to see or not, Aniko?
No, it's already over. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's why the next one is in Corsica.
Ja, maar we beginnen een catalog. Dat kan man alles zien.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see it. But the other thing is, Aniko, you're here between, you were the punto di partenza, as we say in Italian, through Simon and Philipp. But could you tell us also very briefly, you've been so kind to be here with us, what is your role? That you're an amazing, we met again in Engadin Art Talks, and you've been also having amazing art projects going around.
Yeah, so Network of Arts, we have an art agency, and our role is actually the strategic management of chosen artists, and Simon is one of the artists who is in our management. So we are the company is basically, we are a small team. So Florian and me are the management of the company, and then we have 2 other people working with us in management and doing social media and so on. So yes, we are very proud to have Simon with us.
But fantastic. But can I ask you, because I have the 3 of you now, the 3 elements. So I have Philipp is the gallerist, Simon the artist, and you are in. So how do you see Philipp, Aniko, let's say, presence, and how do you see Simon? Do you think this is important for nowadays? Because we've been going through such a revolution of how we were, how artists were chosen by the gallery, and how artists were following the. I think it's very important what Aniko is doing. So, but tell me what if we can do that, if we can be so transparent.
Yeah, I think it's very important because there's so many requests for Simon's art all around the world that you have to have a management that it's possible to look what is possible for Simon, what not, what is the requests, and what is the timetable for what. And that it's not possible that can do a gallery, but the management can do this, and this is very good for Simon.
Fantastic. No, it's very important. You know, it's nice and very. It was an honest question, because we are seeing such a revolution in the after COVID, what happened, and it's beautiful to see what Aniko is doing. I think she's doing a great work. Thank you, Aniko, for representing so many wonderful artists. I have to say, one better than the other. It's incredible. Bravissima. And Simone, again, we see this background. I really would like to be there where you are with the swimming pool now. So hopefully Corsica is coming soon for you too. When are you going, Simone?
Am 13. gehe ich und ich tue sehr viel vorbereiten, Arbeit für 3 Tage, und dann kommt meine Familie, also meine Frau und meine kleine Tochter kommt dann runter, und dann gibt es 4 Tage Ferien. Hat es schon lange nicht mehr gegeben, und ist nachher auch gerade alles für das ganze Jahr, aber freue mich sehr.
Yeah, so he's going on the 13th, also with his wife and his daughter. So they will also have a holiday there. So not just work.
Finally,
which is good.
Finally.
It's very good, yes. Because
okay.
Simon works
well
like
deserved.
crazy. Yes, absolutely well deserved.
Simone, thank you. Thank you so much for being here. Philipp, again, we are going to instead see you in Volta. And Aniko and Simone, thank you so much for being here with us. It is really a pleasure to have met you, the 3 of you. It's an amazing team. Bravi.
Thank you.